Hi friends, welcome back to AkashWave RF. Today in this video I am going to start a new series in which I will introduce you with various kinds of sensors you can use with microcontrollers like Arduino, Raspberry Pi, ESP32 on your projects. So today's our sensor is this low cost IR sensor. So let's check it how it works, what is its pinout, how to use it with or without Arduino in your project. So let's start it. So this is our main sensor. As you can see, front side of this sensor there are two LEDs kind of things. The black one is the IR receiver and the transparent one is the IR transmitter actually. Size of this sensor is pretty small. Dimension of this sensor is in length approximately 3 cm and width is around 1.3 cm. Talking about price of this sensor cost around 25 rupees in online and offline both markets. I had collected it from offline market in Chandni Chowk, Kolkata. You can also buy this from robo.in or Amazon. I will put its link in the description box. There are total 3 pins behind the sensor. One is for VCC, one is for ground and one is for output. You can also see a trim pot here. Rotating this, you can change the sensitivity of this sensor. Now let's check how the sensor actually works. This is a rough diagram of this sensor. As you can see, it has 3 pins. This is VCC. Operating voltage of this sensor is 3.3 volt to 5 volt. It means you can use the sensor with both Arduinos and ESP32, ESP8266 because ESP boards operates on 3.3 volt logic level and Arduino operates on 5 volt. So we can provide any voltage between this. So to test how it works, we'll connect a lithium-ion battery's positive side with the VCC of the sensor and ground with the battery's ground. Because single cell lithium ion battery provides around 3.7 volt, so it's perfectly suitable for our sensor. To check the output, we will connect the LED with the output pin of the sensor with a series resistance to limit the current. So this is the rough diagram. So let's check how it works. To connect the sensor with the batteries and LEDs, I am using this small size breadboard and these jumper cables. Because my big size breadboards are already occupied as you can see, so we have to use the smaller one. So let's do the connections according to the diagram. As you can see, in the sensor two LEDs are glowing. It means the sensor is powered up successfully. Maybe you can see this transparent LED is glowing in light pink color. This is infrared light. Actually you cannot see this light with your naked eyes, but it can see using camera. That's why you can see this in my mobile's camera. To set this sensitivity, let's take a screwdriver and rotate the pot in clockwise. Then you have to slowly rotate it counterclockwise until one of this LED are turned off. As you can see, one LED of the sensor is currently turned off. It means now it's properly tuned. On the breadboard, this LED is connected with the output of the sensor, which is the white wire. And when nothing is in front of the sensor, the bulb is glowing automatically. But if I bring my hand in front of the sensor, you can see in the sensor the second LED is also glowing. And when the second LED is glowing, the LED of the breadboard is automatically turning off. It means when the sensor detects something in front of it, it sends a low signal to the output pin, and when there is nothing in front of the sensor, it sends a high signal. If we want to use this sensor with Arduino projects, we have to remember that when something will in front of the sensor, the Arduino will send a low signal, and when there will be nothing in front of the sensor, it will simply send a high signal. Let's talk about how the sensor works. As you can see, this pink color light glowing here is infrared radiation. When there is nothing in front of the sensor, the infrared light simply throw out of the bulb. But when there is something in front of the sensor, the infrared radiation bounces from the object and receives into the receiver, and receiver sends something in front of the sensor. So this is how it works. Now I have to prove also what I had said. This is my hand, and when I am bringing it in front of the sensor is detecting my hand. Thus the onboard red LED is glowing and the breadboard's LED is turning off. but this is a remote black color. As we know, black color objects don't reflect any light, and if we bring the black color remote in front of the sensor, as you can see, nothing is being detected because this black body is absorbing all of the infrared radiation throwing from the sensor. Again, I am bringing my hand in front of the sensor and you can see it's detecting my hand. The onboard LED is glowing and the breadboard's LED is turning off. Again, no response in the black object. Till now, this LED is connected between the output pin and the ground pin of this sensor. That's why when there is nothing in front of the sensor, the breadboard's LED is turning simply off. If we want to turn this LED on when there is something in front of the sensor, simply we have to connect the LED between the VCC and the output pin of the sensor. Now as you can see, when I am getting my hand in front of the sensor, this breadboard's LED is also glowing. At first when there was nothing in front of the sensor, this LED was glowing, but now it's being reversed. This is, you can reverse the logic without any transistor or without any microcontroller. So this is how we can use this kind of IR sensor without any microcontroller. Let's check how we can use this sensor with the microcontroller. Let's check it using with some Arduino. Open Arduino IDE in your laptop or PC, then open examples and then digital. There is a code names button inside the digital. Open the button code. You have to modify this code a little bit. In these last lines, if button state equals to high, digital write LED pin high, we have to modify this high into low and this second low into high. That's it. Our code is ready. So I am not giving this code in the description because I had shown you how to get this code and how to modify it. Now let's connect your Arduino Uno or Nano with your laptop with USB cable. Select the COM port and simply upload the code into the Arduino board. This TXRX LED had shown this signal. It means the code is successfully uploaded. Detach the Arduino from the laptop. Input and output pins of the Arduino was mentioned in the code. Input pin was digital pin 2 and output pin was digital pin 13. So we had connected the output of the sensor with the digital pin 2 and the sensor is powering up from the 5V and ground pin of the Arduino Uno. Let's attach a small size buzzer, this time with this Arduino. Connect the positive pin of buzzer with the Arduino pin 13 and ground to the ground of the Arduino. Your connection is complete now. Let's power the Arduino using any battery or USB port. Now if I keep my hand in front of the sensor, as you can see the Arduino is sensing it and the buzzer is making noise. So this was a basic program for Arduino. This was not necessary because already we had seen that without any microcontroller we had successfully used LEDs with the sensor, and we can also use the buzzer with the sensor without any microcontroller. So let's make it a bit complicated. Now we have to send the data wirelessly from one Arduino to another Arduino if there is something in front of the sensor or not. For this I am going to use this kind of RF modules. These are nRF 24L01. These are pretty cheap but very good quality RF modules. I use them a lot. In another video I will explain about the nRF 24L01 radio module. Actually this is a custom cell made by me for this kind of RF modules, nRF 24L01. These cells can be attached on the top of the Arduino Uno and we have to use same kind of two modules. One is for transmitting the data and one is for receiving. So let's see how to do it. To use this shield with the Arduino, we just have to put the shield over the Arduino and press it. And here we have two modules. One is for transmitting, one is for receiving. Let's check how to program them. So there is two codes. One is for transmitter and one is for receiver. This TX1 is for transmitter and RX1 is for receiver. Let's assume we want to use this module as a receiver. So we have to upload the receiver code in this board. Open the receiver code. Connect the Arduino at the shield with the laptop using the data cable. Select the COM port and simply upload the code. I will give you the link of this code in the description box. There will be a Google file link maybe. So this code is successfully uploaded. Now open the another code, which one is the transmitter code. Attach another board. This board will be our transmitter. Again, select the COM port and upload the code. In the transmitter code, here LED pin is output and button pin is input, and the button pin is A0. It means we have to connect the output pin with the A0 pin of the Arduino. So the code is successfully uploaded. Let's check it how it works. Now at first connect the receiver module with the battery. Now let's connect the sensor with the transmitter Arduino. Our input pin was analog 0. Power the sensor from the 5V and ground put pin of the Arduino. Now power the Arduino using a data cable. As you can see, the light of the sensor is glowing, and there is also a yellow LED on the shield. It means it's powered up. There are no direct connection between these two modules. They are properly isolated. And if I bring my hand in front of the sensor, you can see in this receiver shield, this blue LED is glowing. There is no wired connection between these two modules. As you can see, this is a fully wireless system. Range of these RF modules are around 1 km, which is pretty good in this price range. I will make dedicated videos on these RF modules. They are my favorite one. While making video, I also have to talk about the bad side of the sensor. In indoor condition, this sensor works perfectly fine, but if we bring it near to the window or sunlight, it automatically detects something in front of it, because sun is a big source of infrared radiation and that radiation absorbs in its receiver part. So this module is only good for night time or indoor purposes, but in daylight or outdoor condition, these sensors are not effective at all. So this was the complete video on IR sensor, how IR sensor works, how to use this with Arduino, without Arduino, or combining with RF module. I don't think there is any other video on YouTube which teaches you how to use IR sensor wirelessly with RF modules. Although in this video I had not properly discussed the wiring diagram or programming for RF modules, because RF modules are a completely different thing. They are too complicated to program and connection. So I will make a separate playlist on RF modules. I do a lots of work on RF modules. Wireless communication is my favorite topic. So in that playlist I will make video on nRF 24L01, AC05 Bluetooth module, or 434 megahertz modules which are available in market, or LoRa module which are pretty popular. So that's a different topic. Also in this video I had discussed the outdoor problem, the main sunlight problem of the IR sensor. If you like this content, please like this video and subscribe my channel. Also, if you have any query, suggestion or anything regarding this video, you can let me know in the comment section, or you can directly message me on Instagram. My Instagram ID's link is in the description box. Please check it out. This is my sensors explain series. In this series, I will talk about various kinds of sensors that are available in market or online. You can use with your microcontroller, like IR sensor, PIR sensor, microwave radar sensor, DHT sensor, which can actually measure the temperature and humidity, accelerometer gyroscope sensor, LDR, it means light sensor, ultrasonic sensor. So those videos are coming very quickly, and I will also start to make videos on microcontrollers like Arduino, ESP and other things. I want to show you a small demonstration. Here is my mobile and you can see a web page. Actually it controls my room's light, so I will teach you how to make this. Also my room's fan is also controlled using this, you can see. So these videos are coming very soon. If you are interested, please stay tuned. Hi, I am AkashWave, call sign Victor Uniform number 3 Hotel Alpha X-ray. I am an electronics and communication engineering student and a licensed ham radio operator also. I used to make videos on microcontrollers like Arduino, ESP32, Raspberry Pi, ESP8266, and RC hobby, RC plane, drone related things, ham radio antennas, RTL, SDR, 3D printing, RF modules, and this kind of things. If you like my content, please subscribe my channel and stay tuned. As you can see, my English is not so good, please consider it, but I think you can understand what I am trying to say in this video, or what I am trying to teach you in this video. So that's more than enough. That's it for today. Bye.